Joe, you always talk about mindset. What kind of challenges to the correct mindset does a game like this present for you guys?
I think just the expectation of it's supposed to go a certain way or it's supposed to be easy, and that's just not the case. So just playing the game, and it's another game regardless of the other team's record. And I think sometimes you get caught up in, because it's this team, we should be up by this amount at first quarter, halftime, and it's just not how it works. It's an NBA game. They're NBA players. They're healthy. They're playing really hard, and they've been in a lot of games. And so you have to have the same mindset that we've been playing with, over the stretch of good basketball we've been playing.
Is there any concern about Jaylen missing any significant amount of time with this back thing, or is it just being cautious with him?
No, he just woke up sore today, so I don't envision it being long term.
So how did you guys, how'd you like the road trip and how you played, and how do you kind of carry that into now a schedule that might people would consider softer part, but how do you approach that?
Yeah, I thought we played well on the road trip. I thought we went in with a couple objectives on both ends of the floor, and I thought, outside of that end of the third, start of the fourth in Golden State, and, a quarter or two where it was like 35 or 37 points, I thought we played really good basketball on both ends, and I thought we reinvented our offense a little bit, and, with our off-ball and our pace, so those things we have to continue at. And I thought defensively, for the most part, against fast teams, I think we were the best transition defense in the league over those 4 games. So against fast, high-powered offensive teams, I thought our transition D was good, which is a product of we only averaged 9 turnovers a game in those 4 games. And so we're just playing well-balanced basketball on both ends of the floor. We got to fight to keep it up.
Joe, you went with Nemeas on Christmas over Luke with Luke back. How do you kind of balance those two, especially with the strong road trip that Nemeas had there for the first 3 games?
Luke's done a lot for us over the last 2 years. He's going to play. It was 1 game where he was just healthy that day, and Nimi had been playing well. So Luke's going to play. Those 2 guys have both done good things for them, and they're both good. And they offer different stuff, and so Luke is really, really good in our defensive system. Nimi's getting better in it, and they both bring different strengths on the offensive end. Luke's ability to pass in off-ball situations, Nimi's ability to screen, get behind bigs, and so it's just a matter of using both of them.
You've talked about double bigs still being part of your identity this year. It feels like you've pretty much tinkered with every combination of your bigs. What made that important to still be part of this team, and especially with some new, centers involved? You have Al and KP who both can shoot at the 4, and so when you have a guy that can shoot, it allows you to play double big regardless of who the other guy is. And so every time we go double big, we have a shooting big out there, which makes a difference for our matchups and our system. And then Nimi and Luke continuing to get better.
Joe, you mentioned the turnovers. How were you guys able to keep that number so low?
I think just taking care of the basketball. I think when you execute, the reads are easier, your 2-on-1s are easier. And we're just not trying to do too much, just keeping the game simple. It's a kick ahead, it's a kick across, make a 2-on-1, find the right play, shoot the ball. So just got to, continue to have that when we don't over-penetrate, when we don't try to do too much. And really, we've done a better job of screening versus different coverages, which makes the matchup easier, makes the read easier, and we're able to see it.
Joe, you kind of dropped a nugget there where you said you reinvented your offense. Was that intentional, or was that happenstance? Was that Porzingis' presence? Like, what went into this reinvention?
I guess reinvent might be the wrong word. I think you look at the road trip coming up and the number of teams that we're playing against, on-ball switching and off-ball switching are 2 things that we're going to see. And we've known over the last few years switching has slowed us down. And so, can we think with the end in mind in the sense of how can we attack switching differently in order to change the pace of the game versus good defense that try to switch, that try to get up in us and try to slow us down. And our transition has to be that, and then our off-ball pace and execution has to be that. And so it was just something that I thought it was important for us to stretch during this stretch of games, and we'll see if we can get better at it. Thank you.